By the end of the class, you should be able to determine the probability of compound events. You need to know what independent events means, which are events that doesn't, the occurrence of one doesn't affect the occurrence of the other one. So for example, if you have a spinner, like we have in front of us, 1, 2, 3, and 4, and a coin, those are independent events. One doesn't affect the other one. So we have worked this example before, and we have done the 2D diagram. And they were asking us about determine the probability of getting a head and a 4. And we look at this, and we get 1 out of 8. Now, we can do the same answer without using the 2D diagram, just using the independent events, which have a formula that says if you're doing the probability of A and B, you can do the multiplication of the probability of A times probability of B. So, in this case, the probability of A will be the probability of head, which is a half, and then the probability of a 4, which is 1 out of 4. And they say that I can multiply them together to obtain the probability of both. So the head and 4 is the same that multiplying a half times 1/4. So if I multiply those fractions, I will get 1/8. And that's the same answer that we have here on top. Let's check another example. So it's the same spinner with a coin, but this time we're going to get an even number and a tail. So the probability of getting an even number is, in the spinner, is 2 out of 4, which is a half. And the probability of getting a tail in the coin is a half. Now, if I want to have an even and a tail, I just need to multiply them together. So a half times a half, which is 1/4. So the probability of having an even number and a tail is 1/4. Let's do another example. A coin and a die are tossed simultaneously without using a grid. Determine the probability of getting a head and a 3. So we need to find the probability of getting a head and 3. So let's find the probability of getting a head first. So the probability of getting a head in a coin is a half, and the probability of getting a 3 in a die is 1/6. And I just need to multiply them together because it says, and that's very important. So we get 1/12. Now you can go to the exercises 10G in the book and do questions 1 to 6.